Research shows that 95% of people are natural followers. And today's top brands are capitalizing on this human need to belong, leaving their competition in the dust. Here's how you can too. Which followers build your brand? Hey everyone, this is Canon Wing with Inspiration to Millions. Today we're going to take a closer look at how top brands are capitalizing on the power and phenomenon of social proof to create followers. I'm going to go over the 6 E's of social proof, or what we like to call the feeling of, this brand is for me. A little joke around the office. Today we reveal how to make each of them work for your brand. Social proof is a concept first coined by author Dr. Robert B. Cialdini in his book Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. Social proof is defined as a psychological phenomenon where people assume the actions of others in an attempt to reflect correct behavior. It's kind of cool to go back to the definition of things to really see where is the heart of the matter. Well, Dr. Cialdini stated that we view a behavior as much more correct in a given situation to the degree that we see others performing it. Yes, we're all individuals in our own right, but we are still the same species, and human beings are intrinsically endowed with the need to belong. We're communal, we're tribal. A whopping 95% of overall population are natural imitators, meaning they most often look at what other people are doing when determining what they should do and what they should buy. So I'm in the 11th grade and I'm in many social groups, including the popular girl clique. We were, in fact, known as the girls. How pretentious. Perms were in. I don't know why. I think we were all trying to hide our braces by making our hair as big as possible. But for some reason, the back of my hair never really took to the perm. It always remained vaguely stravy, like kind of straight, kind of wavy. That's what we called it. I tried all the top products, Dippity-Doo back then, Aquanet, CVS Mousse, I was living large, but still stravy. But here's what happened. The freshman girls started wearing their hair permed, but stravy in the back. More and more stravy everywhere we looked in the hallways. We were the girls, not the mean girls. We thought it was cute. We got a kick out of it. We invited them to parties. Like I said, 95% of all people, and that means your people, your ideal individuals, are mainly reliant on social proof when making their decisions to join your brand or not. We've all heard that saying, 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. This is social proof in a nutshell. When Elvis first stepped into the spotlight with his suggestive swaggering and those hard-hitting guitar riffs, now classical rock and roll, the most popular opinion was that Elvis was offensive, crude, and inappropriate. But nonetheless, they kept watching. Everyone kept watching until they were all tapping their toes and swinging to the same beat. The unanimous love for Elvis's music transcended differences on many fronts during that time: race, religion, politics, and even if only for the length of a single song, Elvis's music, his brand, held the power to unite people. The reason social proof is referred to as a phenomenon is because 50 million people actually can be wrong. History has proven that many times, right? But because of this powerful, innate human desire to belong, we aren't naturally inclined to go against the crowd. The phenomenon of social proof, this surging undercurrent that runs through us all, the need to find our tribe and be with our kind, has throughout all history been used to bring people together in mass to bring about the most wonderful advancements as well as the most terrible atrocities. True to all real superpowers, social proof can have been used for both good and evil. The crossroads between good and evil when harnessing the power of social proof comes down to one basic question. Is the agenda being guided by fear or by love? Harnessing the power of social proof is a responsibility, and the consequences can be richly rewarding for everyone involved when love is at the helm. I always tell my branding clients, whether we're creating their company name, writing their 3rd book, their latest campaign, I always say, if it ain't got heart, go back to the start. In today's highly competitive digital consumer market, if you want your brand to come out of nowhere and be an inspiration to millions, the first step is naming the emotion your brand seeks to inspire. If that emotion is rooted in fear, go back to the start. Your ideal individuals are being swarmed with advertisements all day, every day. And as a result, the buyer's market has become a community of professional deleters. We can't remember everything we see, we read through the day, but we will remember how someone made us feel. Something we read, something we saw had an emotional impact on us. And that's what we bring home into our hearts. The decision to buy is emotional. It's always been emotional. This was proven by recent advances in neuroimaging that revealed our brains chemically respond to our favorite brands in the exact way we respond to our favorite people. There is an unusually high level of stimulation triggered in the reward center of our brain when we help a loved one. The same reaction occurs when we help to sustain our beloved brands. It's pretty amazing, right? Sure, you might be able to scare someone into buying once or twice, right? Pushing that scarcity button by making them feel bad about themselves or playing on their fear, our lowest common denominator. But this is not how to win brand loyalty. Certainly not in modern times. Favorites we keep in our hearts. Your ideal individuals are human beings. And although we are susceptible to fear, that is not who we are. We want to feel good about ourselves. It is the brands that know us the best, the brands that make us feel at home, the brands that cut through the fear and speak to our hearts that win brand loyalty. And if you want your business to have staying power, brand loyalty is your business plan. The lowest common denominator, fear-based marketing strategies were most effective before the internet. When our options were limited by location and our ability, for comparison shopping wasn't as simple as Googling reviews. Back then, many brands experienced a surge of initial income by using this small-minded way of marketing their products and services to people. It's rather shocking to see how many brands still cling to this archaic, unsustainable way of generating income. Shocking. Because it's just it just doesn't last anymore. People are sick of it. We're numb to it. Everywhere we look, the news, television, movies, everywhere we're being told, beware, look out, be afraid. It sounds like, sounds like that Peanuts character. But I say, let those brands make their quick buck and then fade into obscurity. The individuals who buy from them will be looking for a new home soon enough. Meanwhile, we can do better. We can build our brand like a hometown, a place that people love to come back to again and again and again. Now let's take this superpower of social proof and learn to harness it for ourselves in a way that results in a healthy, happy, thriving, and vibrant community of brand loyalists. For your highest good, I present to you, with love, the 6 E's of social proof. They are esteemed opinion, endorsement, experienced customers, excitement of the crowd, enthusiasm of your friends, and ensured safety. Number 1, esteemed opinion. Esteemed opinion creates social proof by verifying the facts, presenting the science, and getting your field experts to affirm that your brand promise for the greater future can be achieved through brand loyalty. What problem does your brand promise to remove from the lives of your ideal individuals? Will they save time, money, energy? Can eliminating the problem reduce stress, create more time for pleasurable activities, create more energy for making connections and supporting relationships? There are experts, doctors, scientists, research studies to support all of these fields. The key is getting to the heart of the problem or the issue that your brand promise is set out to resolve for your ideal individuals. Tide doesn't just take the stains out of clothes. It makes a mother's job easier so she can focus on being a mom. It makes clothes last longer so less money is going towards replacing ruined clothes. Tide's promise is to free its consumers from the stressful business of trying to keep everything neat and clean. We all know how stressful it can be. Life is messy. You focus on living life and let Tide clean up the mess. In this example, Tide can present the science behind why their product is more effective. They can present statistics regarding how much money is spent annually on replacing ruined clothes and how much time spent doing laundry. They can gather testimonials from experts in the fashion industry, movie industry, even well-known mom bloggers or Insta-famous moms who rely on Tide to make their lives easier. Identify the heart of the problem your brand promises to eliminate, and then brainstorm all the different fields of study that pertain to this problem. That's where you will find your experts. Invite them to take over your brand's social media and share their esteemed opinions. Sometimes finding a relevant quote from a respected source and sharing it through your brand is enough to create social proof through esteemed opinion. Sometimes it's more effective to have them onto your podcast or onto your blog. Mother Teresa once said, "If we have no peace, it's because we've forgotten that we belong to each other." Oh, how's that for an esteemed opinion on the power of social proof? There is no other version of this truth. We belong to each other. That's why understanding and using social proof is good for our brand's responsibility. The second E of social proof is endorsement. In today's market, the most desirable way of achieving social proof through endorsement is getting your product into the hands of a celebrity. Guess who's awesome at this? Starbucks. It's kind of shocking because they're doing it in this really unique way. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you seen paparazzi shots of celebrities holding a Starbucks cup? So many times. The endorsement doesn't always need to be an entertainment industry celebrity to achieve social proof, like on set or them saying something. Every industry has its own celebrity status individuals who can offer powerful social proof for your brand. In today's digital world, people have become more accessible, so brands must also be more accessible. It may take some time to get your product into the hands of someone who can provide a respectable endorsement, but it can be done. Your best bet for achieving this type of endorsement is by rigorously aligning your brand's values and ethics with the emotion your brand seeks to inspire. Be genuine, be passionate, and make your brand the physical embodiment of the greater future it promises to deliver. People want to feel proud of themselves for the brand they align themselves with. And to really capture that celebrity endorsement, you have to make them look good. They want to look good. They want to feel good about themselves. Give back to your community and let your ideal individuals see your brand's contributions. That's another way. If your brand is doing good for the world, then aligning ourselves with your brand means we feel we are doing good for the world by association. And that is an esteemed endorsement. The next E in the feeling of positive social proof is experienced customers. Yelp is an entire site totally built on social proof of customer experience. Positive ratings and transparent reviews harness the power of social proof from experienced customers. Honestly, I hardly ever buy anything I haven't already tried, like without whipping out my phone and flipping through the reviews. I gotta know. As consumers, we don't have to take the risk of having a completely negative user experience. We can just Google you. That's why the heart of obtaining positive ratings is consistently providing a quality experience to your customers. A great way to spread social proof from your experienced customers is posting user-generated content. Many of today's top brands have Instagram accounts that are almost entirely comprised of posts created by their happy customers. This approach not only delights their customers by sharing their content, it also provides a very powerful social proof to the community that people are loving the experience with your brand. Amazon is killing it when it comes to social proof through these types of experienced customers. Not only are the reviews in plain sight, but the scathing reviews are unfiltered. Amazon lets its customers know they care about their experience by allowing us to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. That shows loyalty to their customers, and we reward that loyalty with ours. And the fourth E of social proof is excitement of the crowd. This can be achieved in a few ways. The most common way is posting and displaying how many people are aligning themselves with your brand. McDonald's does this right on their billboard outside almost every one of their restaurants, like McDonald's, over 10 billion served. Many retail sites have an odometer on the screen that shows how many people are purchasing from their site. Another way we often see excitement of the crowd social proof is when the site lets you know that there's only one left in that size. This tactic is an excellent example of how the emotional trigger of fear can be used in a healthy and helpful way. Another site that does this well is eBay. 12 people are currently watching this item. If it's true that the window of purchasing opportunity is about to close, sharing that information can definitely close the deal. The fear of missing out, or FOMO as it's always called, is a real thing. And so as long as you are being honest with your inventory, let's keep that caveat, it can be a healthy and effective way to gain a customer, or thousands. Red Bull sets a fine example of utilizing excitement of the crowd by holding their annual funny car competition. If you haven't been, I hope you get to go, where people drive homemade contraptions off a platform into a mud pit. It's silly, it's fun, it draws a massive crowd of brand loyalists together for a good time. Many top brands such as Verizon have sponsored the construction of the stadium venues where the people gather by the thousands. Be prepared if you go to see like their favorite bands or their favorite sporting events. They may not be gathered to celebrate Verizon per se, but it's still Verizon that made it possible for them to come together. So sponsoring fun, interesting events is a great way to generate social proof. Another form of excitement from the crowd is coining sayings or phrases that make their way into pop culture. A recent favorite of our American culture is Netflix and chill. If you're single, you've definitely heard that one. Maybe you've been duped by it. I'm not saying I was. But people love it. It's funny. And look, it's about hooking up. What's a more brilliant way to tap into our primal need to belong and to connect with each other than a coy reference to staying in and connecting? If people are talking about it, and even better, laughing about it, enjoying it, it's an excitement of the crowd bullseye. And number 5 is enthusiasm of your friends. At first off, let me tell you, research has proven that there is no other emotion more contagious than enthusiasm, my friends. Also, allow me to reiterate, there is no other form of advertising more effective than word of mouth. A great way to generate this type of social proof is to have a social media presence that's fun to follow. We notice when our friends follow brands. We notice when our friends share content they found from following brands. Share good content that isn't just about the products and services. To have good friends, you must be a good friend, not a blaring advertisement all the time. Be responsive to your friends. Be delightful and attentive to your friends, to your followers. Give them opportunities to participate in building your brand, like opportunities to be rewarded, win prizes, submit photos, and share their likes and their lives with your brand. Zappos has turned an online shoe store into a multi-million-dollar empire based on the foundation of outstanding customer service. There is no time limit for calls placed on their customer service agents. If a customer calls and wants to vent about their breakup for an hour, Zappos says, go for it. Within the company, they created a culture of friends helping friends, and the result has been brand loyalty in a major way. Finally, number 6 is insured protection, a serious one. Studies show that 96% of Americans are afraid that bad things can happen when placing orders online. It's a huge percentage. What this demonstrates, if we're listening with our branders' ears, is that the majority of people require reassurance that their privacy, trust, and customer service requirements are being honored and protected. Have all your certifications for public privacy, safety, and legitimacy prominently displayed throughout your website. Get Verified is a well-known company, and many people now look for the trusted blue check mark before proceeding with the business. Another important way to ensure protection is to have easy and unrestricted return and exchange policies, as well as responsive and available customer service team. So there you have it, the 6 E's of social proof and how to make them work for your brand. Choose one of the 6 E's of social proof today and brainstorm ways to use social proof to invite and welcome your ideal individuals into your brand community. Thank you so much for joining me today as we learned and looked closely at the phenomenon of social proof. Remember, social proof is a superpower in branding and must be wielded with great care and responsibility. You are at the wheel when determining the course of your brand's destiny. If at any point you can't find the heart, go back to the start. It was the Beatles who sang one of the more beautiful lyrics written, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Always remember, great brands of today are in the business of caring about people. Start with yourself, love what you do, and love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.